Hello there, Virgo. I'm Michelle B. It's time to talk about your purpose. Some of us are very, very lucky in that we already know what our purpose is in the world. We already know what lights us up and what helps, that benefits other people, whether it be a very, very small amount of people like your children, or whether it be a big circle of friends, or if it's a gigantic 5 million follower community. Some of us already know what that is, and some of us, we don't know so much. But essentially, in both cases, there are always obstacles to becoming fully aligned with what that is. And they usually come in the form of self-sabotaging doubts and fears. So that's what I'm going to look at. What are the doubts and fears that are holding you back? What is the root of that? So that first you consciously identify what's going on in your head, and then you say why this is the case, and then you can start working on steps to overcome those fears and doubts. So let's go ahead and pull 5 cards to get a look at what's going on with that. Ooh, 10 of Cups in the place of doubts and fears. That's really interesting. And we got the Page of Wands. Now this is going to be kind of fun. 7 of Cups in the place of the core of the self-sabotaging behaviors. And then we got the King of Cups for actionable steps. And, 8 of Swords. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started with those doubts and fears. 10 of Cups and the Page of Wands. The feeling that I'm getting from these two is like everybody else, this is the energy, the energy download that I'm getting for you, Virgo. It's like everybody else gets to be happy except me. That's very clear. Everybody else gets opportunities except me. Everybody else, maybe you don't think everybody else, but it's just like the people that get to do all these awesome things have connections already. They have like family investing in them already. They got to start when they were younger than me. And they're just like, their lives are easier than mine. Other people's lives are easier than mine. And that's why I don't get to do the things that I want to do. And you're sabotaging yourself in that way. Well, that was pretty concise. It came right out that way. It's because other people get opportunities that I don't. I'm just not lucky, right? These two are very lucky cards, and what you're saying is I'm just not lucky. That's why I don't get to do awesome things for the world. But nobody's asking you to be lucky. The universe is just asking you to consider in your goals and your dreams and your wishes how you can help other people, how you can be beneficial to other people, how you can live to your greatest potential. And that includes, like, living to your greatest potential is interconnected with being of service to people besides yourself. So nobody's asking for you to be perfect. Nobody's asking for you to be lucky. All they're asking is that you choose what you want to do and show up for it. Show up with your whole heart. And you'd be surprised, even the luckiest, even the people that seem like they're so lucky, that have everything going for them already, they've got hang-ups too. They've got issues too. They've got problems of their own. You don't know what they are. So you can't really say that they're luckier than you are. It could be that you're actually way luckier than they are. We don't know what it's like on the other side of the fence. Okay, so the root of all of that, the 7 of Cups, I'm really feeling like the comparison trap is happening. You're spending time on social media, and you're like, oh, look at them, they have that. Oh, look at them, they have that. Oh, they're just so lucky bitch. You know, and I'm getting that. I'm getting that. You're just like, well, I'm not like that. The 7 of Cups it has its literal meaning is a little bit different, but the immediate download that I got when I looked at that is that you're distracted by all this stuff, and that happens when we're spending our time, too much time, looking in the window at other people's lives, in the form of social media usually. And social media they like, they get to air it, like they get to put pretty filters on. They like have somebody taking their pictures, they like pay a photographer to take perfect pictures. They have coaches, they hire people. Like, you don't know what kinds of problems they have by looking in. So what I like to do, my favorite practice when I'm, because I have social media profiles and I interact with people all the time. I see all these perfect lives and I'm like, okay, when I see them, I do this. I say, bless her. She is beautiful. She is doing so well for herself and making the world a better place. I do that too. That's me too, right? She's my sister and we're together making the world a better place. This isn't a competition. This is a collaboration. And everyone has something to share. Everyone's got to start somewhere. So I say, good for her. She started somewhere and look at where she is right now. I'm going to do that too. If she can do it, I can do it. These are the mantras that I say to myself. That doesn't mean that I don't have that creeping feeling coming in where I'm like, I'm not that good. It happens. It comes in. But then I notice it with my conscious mind. I hear it. I'm like, hey, hey, hey. I can be that too. She can be that. I can be that. Maybe not exactly like her, but I will do my own version. Okay, so let's start looking at the actionable steps for going forward for Virgo. We got the King of Cups in reverse. So we're going to get a deep look internally at ourselves. These are all the things that I just mentioned about the thought patterns that happen when you're comparing yourself to other people. And really having a control over your emotional state. Really looking at yourself. I feel like Virgo needs to be looking in the mirror and doing their affirmations about how far they've come. And I am getting a little bit of a download about looking at successes that you have had in your life so far against all odds, that you were successful at, things that you did that were like amazing, that other people might not have thought could have happened, but you worked hard and you created that thing for yourself. So really get a look at that, write it down, remind yourself of your successes so far. This is about boosting up your self-esteem, boosting up your confidence, boosting up your desire to put yourself out there and be available for something bigger besides yourself. Okay. Having the confidence to be able to share what you have to give, what you have to provide with others. And that is, the act of sharing is such a beautiful gift to other people. And it's really hard. It's a challenging thing to do. To feel the confidence of being like, hey, you see how he's like trying to share his cup? It's like, hey, I have something that you might need. And Virgo hasn't felt like that. Virgo's been feeling like, I don't really have anything that somebody else is going to want. Because look at me, right? That's where Virgo's at. But we need to get beyond that, right? Know that what you have to offer is useful to other people. Yeah, you might have to show up over and over and over again to make it clear, hey, I've got this to share. But just keep showing up in new and exciting ways and it will come out. Okay, the 8 of Swords, for another thing for boosting your self-confidence, is we need to look at our internal programming. Our subconscious programming from our childhood. That's the internal glass ceiling. It's the glass ceiling that we create for ourselves, where we're like looking at the lives of all the people that we've ever known and comparing ourselves to that and saying, who am I to think that I would deserve a lifestyle like that people would want anything from me? Okay, so get a good look at that. Just because you don't know anyone else who's ever done that doesn't mean that it's not possible for you, because you're tying yourself up with this eight of Swords being here. You're tying yourself up. You're preventing yourself from living to your greatest potential. So what I'm really feeling is that this is here for you. This card wouldn't be here if it wasn't here for you, that luck card. But you're limiting your own luck by believing that other people have it and you don't, okay? So that's what I really want to end with, is that all the luck is here for you. The card is here. The good luck card is here for you. All the luck is here for you when you believe that you're entitled to it, that you have something to offer the world, okay? Let's keep working on that, but I gotta go. Love you, Virgo. I'll see you later.